Pascaline was once a devout member of the Protestant Church, but when her 11-month-old baby died of malaria, her faith changed. She didn't lose her religion, she simply changed the way she practiced it. After a couple of years, she decided to join the Church of the Apocalypse, one of the country's main evangelical churches. Here, she says she felt the comfort that had been lacking before. She is one of an increasing number of Christians in Madagascar who are turning away from the Protestant and Catholic churches.
For us faithful of the Apocalypse Church, we know that everything the pastor says comes to pass. My second child was gravely ill, on the verge of death. We put our hands together and prayed for him, and my child was cured without any medicine.
One of the most important figures of the Apocalypse Church is Pastor Mayo, a former street trader. He says he experienced a divine revelation in 1991 telling him to found a new church. It was to be based upon Revelations, the final book of the New Testament, also known as the Book of Apocalypse. He claims his church has won over more than 1 million worshippers. Some of this popularity can be attributed to the more relaxed and sometimes comedic tone of his sermons.
Ladies, when you fight with your husband, avoid going near his private parts. Go for other less dangerous parts, but not the private parts.
The pastor encourages the members of his church to give 10% of their income to the church, in keeping with the tithing system described in the Bible. His detractors point to this as a sign of him manipulating his followers.
People have sometimes said, you become rich while the people are poor, and I reply, what about the political leaders who are also rich while the people are poor? What's happened there? And they say, you ask for 10% from the poor. Well, what about the state asking for 20%? What's going on there?
Thanks to the donations of his faithful, the church's coffers are full. And following another vision in 2004, Pastor Mayol has his sights set on building a new church, one which he says God commanded him to make the biggest in Africa.